Stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. That is knocked away and incomplete, but a penalty flag. In the backfield, this might be a roughing call. Well, they'll get the yardage, but they hate to see him take that hit.
You're always trying to cool off a big-time guy throwing the ball, but you have to know when to back off, pull up, and not hit him. There's the penalty.
A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. To throw is Rodgers. From the gun, he'll throw. He's going to look deep down the field. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Rodgers will try again on 2nd down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Rodgers now operating from the gun. And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Brandon Graham in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to 4th down. Here's Dustin Colquitt now. Now here's a whistle and a timeout. It's called by the receiving team here as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Here's Dustin Colquitt now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. Sanders now to return. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. Movement there on the offensive line. A little quick and a 5-yard penalty. And that'll set them back 5. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. A final shot before half for Rodgers. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And this one is incomplete. Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the 3rd quarter. So plenty of action on the field, but no action right now on the scoreboard, at least as of yet. 0-0 is our score. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. There are 0 points on the scoreboard for either side. It'll be interesting to see what adjustments were made. The defenses have obviously been great.
So if you like defense, this is a classic game. This is what you're looking for. But now you're trying to figure out how to gain any type of an advantage on offense. Is it through a big chunk play that they haven't seen before? Or is it just running your regular offense and running it better, trying to create an opportunity?
We'll see which avenue they choose to go down. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. And he finds his tight end, Graham. That catch puts him right at 100 yards receiving now, and it also gives him a 1st down.
There's a completion to the tight end, and I think that we're looking at something out of central casting, frankly.
Absolutely. I mean, size, the hands.
The speed. I mean, can flat out run. You put that whole package together, you light up the eyes of an offensive coordinator, don't you?
They'll pitch it out to McCoy. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. A gain of 3, second down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Rodgers to throw on second down. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver. And that'll make it third down.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
The Ravens on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Now Rodgers. And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Graham in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon. Here's Dustin Colquitt now as he's on to punt for Baltimore. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And it's taken in at the 9. Now a hit and a loose football. So they will set up shop. Excellent field position in the red zone at the 19-yard line.
It's been a struggle all game for them on offense. This was a chance to maybe provide a little bit of a spark with a punt return. Unfortunately, that spark got doused.
Yeah, and you call special teams the third phase, but you see here it can be the first phase sometimes.
That is so true, right? It can ignite it one way or the other, and boy, that didn't help them at all.
They'll try and get the running game going with McCoy. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Now it's Rodgers. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Zach Cunningham with a pick. And they'll have the football, but deep in their own territory as he's brought down at the 5. Thought they had something going there to break that goose egg here in the second half, but to no avail.
Hope was alive until that interception. What a terrific play, taking the ball away after it looked like they were starting to drive.
And now that shutout still standing. You know that's something those defensive guys hold a lot of pride on, too.
No doubt about it. They're excited about where they are in this game.
He got 29 yards that time.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And they're going to have this in a great spot way down in Baltimore territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 46 yards. So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
Now, you and I both know that those guys out in the field, they're giving every effort that they've got. But Bryant Young, he just played the game with a different level of intensity and effective play from start to finish.
Well, he was an 8-time winner of the 49ers' prestigious Lynn Eshmon Award, and some people may not know what that is, but it was given to the player who best exemplifies inspirational and courageous play.
And think about the 49ers' history. No other player won it more than twice. Not Ronnie Lott, not Jerry Rice, not any of the other great 49ers.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Now it's Chris Boswell on for the field goal try. It's a 39-yard attempt, right hash. And Boswell's kick is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. Well, some good news, partner. We will not have a scoreless tie as we finally get our first points of the contest here in quarter 3.
Yeah, just a field goal, but with the way those defenses ruled in the first half, that could be a big three-point play right there, couldn't it?
And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy. They'll go again to McCoy. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
Ordinarily in short yardage, most people don't run a toss because it takes a little bit longer to develop. But some teams see it as a very physical type run because the amount of people that get out in front of the runner, offensive linemen, tight ends, sometimes an extra back, they like to run that play there and try and run over people.
Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Well, as this game continues to evolve in the NFL, you know how much coaches love run after catch, but you know what they love even more? Completion.
Yeah, just holding on to the ball.
Catch it, cover it, tuck it away. Whatever you get after that is almost gravy. That's how a lot of these receivers are being taught now.
This give is to McCoy, and he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
And with the play clock getting closer to 0, John Harbaugh is going to call a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. On first down, Rodgers eluding the pressure right. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So it's first and goal. Need to be a little wary of leaving Aaron Rodgers too much time, but you got to score here first. Now McCoy. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Give him 4 on the carry there. It's second and goal. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. They get it to him running left. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. LaShawn McCoy, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens have taken the lead here in the fourth quarter. They get one more as the extra point's up and good, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Crosby on now to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. He'll look to throw. And a hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
They'll look to throw. Figuring they're going for it on 4th down. Remember, though, they do have all 3 timeouts, so even if they don't get it, all is not lost.
Yeah, normally in this situation, when you talk about having to go for it, everything is in this play. But as you noted, with those 3 timeouts, they actually have a little bit of a safety net.
Down 4 late. Got to go for it here on 4th down. Back to throw. Gets it to Benjamin. It's caught. Kelvin Benjamin. 30. Touchdown. Kelvin Benjamin. 70 yards. And his guys have taken the lead here in the 4th.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
A score that puts them in front here late, but not. You got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
This will be taken in at the 1. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line. And now here come the Ravens. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
Yeah, they practice this all the time,
don't they? All the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain of 32 that time. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Back to throw. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. Jimmy Graham, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
He's back to throw. The left side throw complete to Adams. The Raven passing game getting in sync, another 1st down. That's what they need right now. Get the 1st down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now Rodgers. Over the middle, complete. That's Adams. That one goes for 24 yards. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit them, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. Now they'll try and run the sweep to McCoy. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. Now there's the timeout, signaled for with 2 seconds to go. And the field goal unit likely trying to send this one to overtime. So the field goal unit is on the field, as this is a big spot right here. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. With 2 seconds left in regulation, this to force overtime. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through, and that will knot us up at 10. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after...
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This will be taken in at the 1. And it'll be taken down just past the 20. At about the 21-yard line. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. And his pass incomplete. Oh, Travis Kelce unable to pull it in. That'll bring up second down. Not laying back defensively. They blitzed right there first play in OT.
The game's changed a bit, hasn't it? I'm telling you, when we were kids, most of the time you'd lay back, not necessarily prevent defense, but you'd want everything in front of you and hope that the offense made a mistake. Now people aren't counting on that. They're going after him and being aggressive. Of course, if they pick up your blitz, it could be a big play for the offense.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. 2 straight incompletions. Now the pressure's really on. Last thing you want here to start overtime, a 3 and out.
And I know that a few years ago when they changed the rules about overtime, it may have changed a little bit about how you go about things. But bottom line is, when you have the football, you never want to give it up. You want to make sure you get points on the board at a minimum and put pressure on the other team. This is a huge third down call coming up.
He's got Adams on the hookup. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a first down.
319.
They tossed to McCoy running left. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Let's go, hey, let's go, come on.
Here's Rodgers, looking to throw on 2nd down. Going deep for Hopkins. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line. A costly mistake here in OT.
And you know what they say, when you throw an interception like that in overtime, you don't usually get a chance to throw a second one. I mean, I'm not sure the analytics on it. Let's ask Marvin, our statistician, to ring that down for us. That's typically how coaches and teams feel about it. If you throw one, you likely cost yourself the game.
Throwing now is Rodgers. He's got his man. This is Tate. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Rodgers going to throw. John Randall with a great push up front. He picks up the sack and a loss of 8.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. Over the middle, Sharp's got it complete. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one goes for 29 yards on 3rd down.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way, work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. And that one goes incomplete. They tried something out of the bag of tricks, but it's incomplete and now 2nd down.
Over here.
This is Sanders. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
On 3rd down, it's Sanders. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4. So here we go. On now is the kicker, Chris Boswell. He was true on his first. This a tough one from 49 yards away. And now the Ravens are going to take another timeout. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. He was true on his first. This a tough one from 49 yards away. Now on 4th down, we've got a whistle here and a timeout. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. He was true on his first. This a tough one from 49 yards away. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. We were just treated to an absolute dandy in this one. A great finish in overtime with a long field.